What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, and we bring you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound daily, and we do giveaways every stream, and we do giveaways here every week. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted, but let's get hyper focused, laser focused. It is Monday. Happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a phenomenal start to the week at least, and had a great weekend themselves. Finally getting back to doing these weekly Q&A videos on Monday as I had planned. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Now this is me picking out my favorite comments, ones that I feel provide a lot of value to the community being here. Again, if you have one of these little, I guess, Aftersound gaming hearts or creator gaming hearts next to yours, I sent you some DEC. If you didn't put your username in, you can let me know and I will send you some DEC. So that's how you can tell if I picked yours for this week. And as the channel has been growing, there's been a ton more comments. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I'm wondering if at some point I'll have to make this random, just because it's getting more and more difficult for me to keep up. As you can see, I try to respond to as many messages as possible. So let's go through. Here are the ones that I guess I wanted to expand a little bit upon. Or at least not necessarily questions all, but definitely comments. So Sherwin here is saying, for any new players, buying packs are designed for whales or distributors. I say this because new players should be more interested in expanding their card collection to remove the risk of randomness. People who are thinking of using SPS and vouchers are probably thinking more like an investor. So I love this comment. I love this comment a lot, because I think what's happening here is, because this is a game but also an investment, people's mindsets are being intertwined. I know mine is, and I'm trying to be very, very conscious of that, especially in every iteration or everything that I give to you guys. I want to be able to separate them out, but it sucks because they get intertwined, because it's fun, right? It's like I'm investing in a game that I love playing, and this is one of the, I guess, few opportunities. It's not like buying, EA Sports or shares of Blizzard or something back when I was younger. Like this is completely different. I feel like I actually have a stake in the game, and I have some ownership in the game as well in terms of what I can do with these cards. So yes, I think that's a phenomenal / fantastic way to view this. That if you are just looking to play, and if you're just looking to build up your deck, stop worrying about vouchers, stop worrying about packs, buy cards, buy the ones that are cheap right now, and think long term. So thank you for that, Sherwin. All right, let's go up. I did flag all the ones that I wanted to cover today. So Leon was asking, what would you say your average outlay is per day for rentals, and do you go with level 1s all the way? Right now, I'm still going with level 1s. I think, in the new season, new strategy video, I think I'm at like 105 or 110 DEC per day. 100 of that is to rent about 50k worth of power to get up into silver 1. Outside of that, I'm trying to keep my deck as light as possible, although I do feel like I may experiment with some rentals from time to time this season. So we'll see how the earnings are, but I definitely want to get into and be competitive in silver 1 this season. As I said, towards the end of last season, I was able to get up rating wise into silver 1. The problem was, because my power was only silver 3, it's like I'm fighting all these people in silver 1 or playing against all these people in silver 1. But when it comes to the rewards, I'm nerfing myself because I just don't have the collection power. So part of me was like, let me see what that is like to rent the collection power, if I can come away in the positive. And at the very least, even if I just break even on those rentals, then I am getting more reward chests at the end of, more daily reward chests. I highly doubt that I'll be able to get a solid 50k of CP for the price that I got it for at the beginning of the season for end of season rewards. Cool. Okay, so Daily Bread. My experience of trading a little is that often, but not always, often you need to go against everything you think will happen. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I'm trying to consider this with DEC and SPS. When DEC starts to crash, and I think you're right that it will, that's when I'll try to and buy more. Okay, so the only thing that I would say, and I responded here, is like I actually don't know that I would buy any more DEC. I think I'm done buying DEC. Unless it's like way before the airdrop ends and DEC like crashes all the way down to like, close to its peg. yeah, I might buy a little bit more. But DEC to me is a currency. It's not a token that I invest in. It's a currency. So right now, because the currency is strong, I'm spending and exiting it. All right, so Bruno, as an investor, it makes more sense to hold DEC to earn SPS and rewards. Since we have more than 9 months of the airdrop and DEC is paying about 20% per month in SPS, and you can even stake those rewards daily. So even if DEC goes to 0 in the end of this period, you'll still have more SPS than if you sell DEC now, given that 1 DEC is 1 value in power. So the math here is fine. Like there's actually nothing wrong with your logic, Bruno. What I was responding to you with was every single day DEC gets devalued as an airdrop point, right? So we have, I think it's like over 8 billion airdrop points now. So you have to understand that every single day right now, DEC is about 1 penny, meaning that 10 million new DEC are printed every day for rewards. So 10 million more come into circulation. So let's say you have, at the beginning of this airdrop, you had, 10,000 DEC. And the total amount of DEC was 1 million, right? Or not DEC. The total amount of airdrop points was 1 million. Well, what ends up happening is you still have your 10,000 DEC. You're still holding onto your 10,000 DEC. But every single day, new rewards cards are printed. 10 million DEC are printed for daily rewards. And, with Chaos Legion coming out, there's going to be more and more cards that'll be hitting the ecosystem, meaning that the airdrop points as a denominator, right, goes up. And if you are not going up at the same rate in the numerator, right, so we're getting math here. So if your amount of DEC is not going up at the same rate as the amount of total airdrop points is going up, then every single day you're getting less and less in the airdrop. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so Renan, how big do you think that is the difference in skill level between bronze and silver players? I'm new to the game and I managed to get bronze 1, but my ranking could put me in silver 2. So I actually alluded to this in one of my previous videos. So rating or ranking, I think it's rating. Rating is not the best way to look at it, right? Like I have, or at least at the end of last season, I had a rating that was good enough to get me into gold, but I'm not playing against gold players. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm playing against silver players and I'm playing against silver rule sets. So you scale that down, in bronze, I was able to get to like a 2.4, 2.5K rating, right? Which is high enough to be in gold. But as soon as I flipped into silver, I was at I hit a wall initially at 1.7, 1.8 because you're playing different players, right? Skill level is higher and card collections are better, right? And so I was severely outmatched. So looking at it from rating, looking at rating across different leagues is not the best way to do it. It's only like stay within bronze, stay within silver, and stay within gold, things like that, right? Because when you're in silver, you play against everybody in silver. It just depends on your rating. So hopefully that makes sense. Brian Dave, I'd love to see a Cardano SPS DEC swap. Thanks for the insights. So as I said, they linked the game to the Ethereum network, and I actually own 0 Cardano. I'm a big fan of Charles Hoskinson, and I actually bought some Cardano way back in 2017 and then ended up selling out of it to consolidate into BTC over the past couple of years. And I don't know. Cardano just seems to be behind. So, they just got their smart contracts launched. I haven't been following the project as closely as I used to. But again, I don't hold any Cardano, and you never know, though. Like I said, with Ethereum, they just connected to Ethereum, so it might get there in the future. But at that point, the airdrop might be over, which we wouldn't be getting those benefits from the liquidity pools. So it took me almost a week to figure out how to put crypto into this game. Why Tribal Dex rather than Hive? DEC to Hive to SPS. So in Tribal Dex, I like Tribal Dex because it reminds me of all the other decentralized swap exchanges. So PancakeSwap, Uniswap, similar ones like that. So it's more so just the interface of it. Now, what are you giving up is you're not able to set limit orders, right? And I listed that here. So on Hive Engine, you can actually set limit orders. The only thing that sucks is that you have to go through the native Hive token and you have to hold it. All right, let's keep going up. All right, hey there, thank you for doing the math. Today I just spent 500 DEC in cards. I'm still bullish on card appreciation. Razor, I love it. Yeah, I mean, keep collecting those cards. All right, Kosa, in my honest opinion, the thing that holds us back into providing in the liquidity pool is that the options are quite limited. And then you go on to say that if there was a USDT DEC LP, then I'll try that. You're sure that you'll get impermanent loss when it goes up. I don't know that USDT should go up. That should be stable. But yes, you would get impermanent loss if USDT stayed stable and DEC started slipping down or moving up. You never know. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't messed with any of the other Hive tokens that are available for liquidity pools. I just don't know them. And frankly, I don't have the interest or the time to get to learn them. All right, let's keep going up and up and up. All right, so Daniel, After Sound, during the beginning of the season, I rent out gold and alpha green team, and it usually costs me around 200 DEC. The reason I do that is so that I can have the collection power to go to silver 3 and then get a ton of boost in percentage from gold and alpha cards. Every match is around 30 to 70% off the bat. Amazing. Okay, so I usually get the DEC back in win rewards plus the additional daily rewards chests. Awesome, man. So I'm actually doing this, as I said, for the higher tiers in silver. And part of this is what kind of inspired me, where it's just like, everybody's having so much success with the rentals. And for me, I was just kind of I was like thumbing my nose at it, where I'm just like, I don't think that I'm smart enough or have the time to like manage rentals and figure all that out. Plus, I just like playing even when my ECR is absolute trash, as some of you guys have seen. So, I don't like the idea of like having to earn back enough to cover a rental. So which is why most of the time I don't rent for like a single day. I will rent for the entire season and just roll with it and try to get as much back as possible. And why last season was actually so much fun for me is because I didn't care what my ECR was. Everything was in the profit for me. This season, we'll see, I'm spending about 100 DEC a day on rentals. So I think I can make that back, but that 100 DEC a day is to help me get more chests out of my daily quests. Excuse me. All right, so let's see. Benjamin, really enjoyed listening to your thoughts and your decision process. I am not a Mav. I will certainly become one with Chaos Legion. For now, I built decks for Wild Modern format. I believe, though, that Alpha Beta cards are excellent. Some good UNCL. Oh, Untamed and Untamed and Chaos Legion cards with strategy will help win in both format. Okay, cool. Also, thank you again for delegating Mimosa and Brighton Bloom. That helped me a lot in silver, and part of me wants to rent Mimosa just because I got so used to playing with her. I rented Brighton Bloom at the beginning of the season just because silver is notorious for all of those earthquake rule sets. As for your thought process here, or like on becoming a Mav, I mean, I'm hoping to become a Mav with Chaos Legion as well. My goal is to get 1,000 packs eventually. Probably not with the airdrop, but we'll see. Not airdrop, sorry, pre-sale. All right, Loppy Lop. Can't wait for Chaos Legion. Thanks for the daily updates. It will give new players. For me, Splinterlands was and always will be a way of making passive income. Yeah, so as I've said before, I struggle with this, right? Because, and there's going to probably be another comment later on that I replied to that's similar. I struggle with this because I'm looking at it as both an investor and a player as well. Had I put all my money into cards and building out an awesome deck, I'd have an awesome deck, right? But I am trying to put most of my money in as an investment and allow the returns from the investment to pay for the natural build-up, right? The natural powering up and leveling up of my deck. And that's going to take time, but I don't mind because at this, ultimately, like, I feel like I'm in it for the long haul anyway. So let's keep going up. This is one I do want to get to. So Athleus was saying, YouTube kept removing my comment. I was sharing my experience of getting scammed. Maybe it's too long. No, guys, if you are leaving comments and then you go back into the video and are not seeing them there, I'm not deleting your comments. I don't delete any comments. The only ones that I do are ones that are very, very obviously, very, very obviously spam, that don't even say anything. They just have like random numbers and then a link. So I will never delete your comments, and I apologize if you think that I'm ignoring you. I'm definitely not trying to do that. It's just I will get an email, right? That somebody commented on a video, and like I'll read the comment in my email and be like, ooh, this is cool. Let me go reply to it. Then I go into YouTube Studio or into YouTube itself to the actual video, and it's just not there, right? So it's actually very frustrating. I don't know what it is. I tried looking it up, and the words shadow banning came along. So I don't know what that means. I know what that means. I'm not going to try and get into it here or accuse or point the finger at anyone. Maybe it is just a bug, but it sucks because it's affecting a lot of comments, or at least I've noticed it with a lot of comments. And I might even just make a video to let people know. I don't know if they're going to be watching this one all the way through. So we'll see if it continues to get worse. All right, so Hank, so this is the other one, right? So Hank was saying, I moved in too many directions. I invested in land. I got a gold O'Shaughnessy. And while these aren't bad investments, if I had taken that $1,200 to build a solid deck, I'd be in silver 3 or high silver. So that's what I was saying, where it's just like, my focus wasn't on building a solid deck. My focus was on investing in the highest return long-term assets, right? And so what I'm doing now is buying cards that have high rental value and then taking that rental income that I'm getting, daily rental income, flipping it into either more cards that provide rental income, right? To let that kind of compound and snowball. But now I'm starting to pull some of that out a little bit and buy rewards cards and level the rewards cards up, right? And then in the future, the goal or the hope is to be pulling some of that out to pay for my bills, right? That's the idea. So that would be the long-term exit strategy, where I'm just getting passive income from these things, and I wouldn't need to be putting all of it back into the game like I am right now. But yes, you called out Kid, Kala, and Drake. Being able to get to level 4 for them would be less than $200 or about $200. All of them are great. Mother Kala, life just isn't strong for me, but a part of me wanted to get a level 2 not level 4, but level 2 just to be competitive in silver. So we'll see. Part of me is also just wanting to wait. Actually, sorry. I think I've made the decision for the most part that I'm going to wait until Chaos Legion summoners are out before I start investing in summoners, because I think I'm really just taking this long term where Untamed summoners are great, but I would probably just rather rent them out whenever I need them and max out Chaos Legions so that I'm good for not only this modern format, this iteration of modern format, but when Untamed gets cycled out and Rebellion gets cycled in, I will have all, hopefully maxed out summoners then, or at least leveled up summoners. All right, ALK, still hard for me to buy a card that's worth twice what I could have paid, but I like your strategies. Ultimately, I see myself playing this every day for a long time to come. I agree with you a bit. I should have bought Torhilo when Torhilo was sub $20. I should have bought Axemaster when Axemaster was $5. Now that they're like 3-4x the price, I'm just not even gonna bother. Part of that was the decision to just go all in on Chaos Legion, and so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, BizDac Hobbies, same strategy here. Been investing on the rewards card now, then buying later for 2 to 10x. Yeah, I can see that happening. However, I also bought beta cards so I can play between wild and modern formats. Addition to my strat, I buy these cards, trying to stabilize my deck to hang around silver so I can focus on summoners. So I have the same exact strategy. There are some beta cards that I am looking at because, I'm not going to only play modern format. There are some cards that I definitely want to buy. And, I even made a video on like what are some of the beta cards that are, sub $10, but I use regularly, right, in my deck that might be worth investing in because we just won't have access to them once modern format rolls around. Okay. So what are you, 1 day ago? All right, so we're almost at the end here. I didn't flag this. Let me go ahead and just flag it though. So Zach was the one that we were going back and forth on about how the voucher system somewhat got nerfed and SPS got nerfed. And if you guys saw that video that I posted yesterday, this is where we were talking about vouchers and how I might actually want to not only hold vouchers, but scoop them up when they get to their floor price, whatever that ends up being after the public general sale is over, but people are still earning them, right? Because we're both kind of planning ahead for Rebellion and wanting to make sure that we're ready to go day one for Rebellion. So let me see here. The other thing, and I guess I'll save this for last, not by design, but just because of the nature of how recent it was. But that SPS is tanking video that I posted yesterday, the SPS is tanking as it should, got shared in the Mav channel on the official Discord. And so, well, here, Samuel. So I just started because you popped up in my feed. Username, can't figure out how to buy cards. All right, so I sent you some DEC just to get started. Welcome to the game. But as I was saying before, sorry, I'm going to skip over that. Aggro commented on my video. So it got shared, and there were some folks talking about it in the Mav channel, which is kind of cool. You know, I hope to be a Mav someday so I can be a part of those conversations. But hopefully people found it helpful. Again, I wasn't trying to bash on the game or SPS, but just give an honest analysis of where the SPS price is right now and why it makes sense to me that it is tanking and why it could go down further. But I'm going to continue to hold, and I think it's just one of these things where we don't have enough information to make full decisions yet. So, all of this with crypto, so much of it ends up being speculation. So this is not bad. This is just, we're fans of this game. There's a lot of confidence in what the team has put together. So, a lot of the times you're buying into something, especially when it's at a low or down a lot, you're buying into it because you believe in the project. And so that's why I'm not selling. That's why I'm not, I'm continuing to hold and considering buying more, because in the long run, I know that SPS will have utility. But in the short run, a lot of people who were trying to stake to get something realized that they didn't have to. So that's all I was going for. Jerome Gonzalez's this video is very insightful. Honestly, gave up on buying packs while vouchers is needed. I'm still going to buy as much SPS as I can during the dip and sell any vouchers. So, I was saying that I'm still unsure of what to do. I haven't sold anything, right? I haven't sold SPS. I haven't sold vouchers. I'm kind of just staying put, and I'm happy with that. I don't feel like I'm acting rashly in either direction. And so, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the best thing to do is just hodl. So Kulfi was asking, do you think Rift Watchers will require vouchers? Personally, I think they will. They definitely will. Agro said anything cool in the game. Yeah, unless they remove vouchers completely, which would be so disappointing, because then it's just like, what is the point of staking SPS right now, right? Everything that we've been told is that staking SPS is going to get us all of these different types of early access or pre-sale, whatever the case is. So I very much expect it to be required for every release moving forward. I'm just hoping that the white paper, once it's released, will give a better overall kind of game plan so that we can kind of price vouchers appropriately. Now, the thing is here, I want to make sure that we are exercising enough patience and consideration for the team as well. I don't envy them. This is a very difficult position to be in, right? The game essentially did a 20x in the number of players that came in, and I'm sure that number is continuing to increase every single day as more and more people come in. They see Axie going up, they hear about all these other games, they want to come through. Everybody's telling their friends. I mean, I had a long conversation with a friend that I got to catch up with, who I used to play Magic the Gathering with when we were a lot younger, and was telling him about this game, right? So that is happening all over the board, and it's hard. Let me put it this way. I cannot imagine how difficult it is to try and run this game with all the technical issues in the background to make sure the servers can handle it, but then also the creative and game balancing side of it in the current and future expansions, right? It's just like we're up to 15 million packs now. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot compared to the last release, but it's also seems tiny compared to where the player base is and where the expected player base can go in the next 3 to 6 months. So we're not making those decisions. I say let's make sure we're practicing a little bit of patience with the team and giving them constructive feedback whenever we can, right? I'm already starting to get comments that are bashing the team or thinking that I'm bashing the team, and I'm not. And I don't approve or condone of that here, right? What I want, definitely challenge me, challenge the team, call things out as you see them, but everything needs to be respectful and everything needs to be done in a constructive way, right? If you are unhappy with this game, if you're unhappy with this as an investment, nobody's stopping you. Like, you can sell and get out. And I think that's the beautiful thing, right? Like, you can sell all your cards and get something for them. If you're playing Fortnite or some other game where it's just, the in-game assets don't belong to you, you would just leave with nothing. So, if this isn't for you, that's fine. But I think trying to bash the game. And I can understand from your perspective, maybe you're coming in and thinking that you're trying to warn other players, but that's what this channel is here to do, to provide hopefully a balanced perspective on everything that's happening with Splinterlands. So that's all I have for you guys today. I think I covered everything. A lot of these are starting to get into the comments today, so I'm going to save these for next week, and we will go from there. If you didn't get your DEC, let me know, and I will try to fix that. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Have a good one.